Hello everyone and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. This is episode 6. Last time we did a couple of mage related quests. We've got the first sacrifice and enemies among us. So it was a very mage centric blood magic type episode, which was very interesting, and it's like causing a lot of tension between our groups, especially with our apostate sister Bethany and Fenris. But we're trying to mediate. We'll see how we go. Maybe he'll come around. Maybe he won't. Who knows? Today in Kirkwall, we will be looking at some companion quests and some secondary quests. So I think we're going to go and talk to Varric first, because we had this one first, and then we'll take Aveline to find an ambush along the paths of Sundermount. And I may also find some time to deliver Flemeth's amulet today, but we'll see what comes up. We'll see what comes up. So let's gather our party and venture forth. We will head to Lowtown. No, not Lowtown. Hang on a minute. Oh, where is the Hanged Man? The Hanged Man. Hanged Man is in Lowtown. Hanged Man is in Lowtown. It just doesn't show up as the quest marker on the map. Yeah, the Hanged Man's there. Okay, the quest marker should show up when we actually go in, I suppose. And I think this Grimoire of the Apprentice is we found some valuable trash for someone.
You're Hawk, aren't you? You used to work with the Fenrir.
I really like that there's actually NPCs around that kind of talk and acknowledge you as a character, as a person in the world. I don't think Dragon Age Origins has that much. It's mostly characters talking amongst themselves, unless you interact with them directly, I think, by memory. And there's a lot of like roaming dialogue. You walk past someone and they're like, you know, give you a shitty comment, or ones that actually address you by your name and reputation. It's pretty cool.
Check your purse. I think you lost something.
I can't accurately express my gratitude, but thank you.
Okay. Alright, we got a couple more level ups, actually. Cunning. Maybe you can open some standard chests now with that in mind, my boy. Let's do that. Let's see, what abilities can I give you? Rushing forward, attempting to knock down the target and all nearby enemies. Let's do Bursting Arrow, because Varric is mostly using Bianca in combat. Let's give you Strength. And then I should probably try and give Fenris something a little bit more different than my character, who's just doing the same two-handed skills, but we're both two-handed warriors. Let's do Bolster. We'll get another Battle Master stat. And Bethany is leveled up to level 7, so now I can use those ability points. I was saving up one for level 7, so let's do that. You know, I have 2 ability points. This is exactly what I was saving up for. So we've got Haste, 50% attack speed for all party members. I just feel like that's going to be very useful. Heroic Aura becomes a beacon of destructive power as well as protection. So the Valiant Aura, 10 plus damage and 10 plus critical chance, which is quite good. But let me have a look at something else. Let's take a look. We could increase Fireball to a Searing Fireball. You know what? Because there are so many enemies. Because there are so many enemies on screen at all times. It might be really good to have the... Do we not have the ones from Dragon Age Origins where it affects multiple people? It's talking about it just afflicts a foe or render an enemy's mind. Do they not have an AoE effect anymore? Mind Blast, Stunning Blast. Knocks enemies back. So that one affects multiple enemies. A sweeping torrent of energy that can stun opponents as well. Okay, I want Mind Blast, and then we can go to Stunning Blast. We can affect multiple targets at once. Lovely. And then... what's the tactics? What's the tactics shortcut? I think I can just do it from here, can't I, on the side here? Which one is tactics? God, just do it that way. Alright, so I might put it in here. We could do Debilitator for Mind Blast, Supporter. There we go. I think I want Supporter. Because that way we can have Haste, Heals, Heroic Aura, and Mind Blast all together in here. So just an ally using a melee or ranged attack, just if they're attacking. That's fine, I guess. Self Heroic Aura, and then that, like, goes to everyone else, I think. So I think that's fine. We'll try that tactic out. Cool. I think we're good. Lovely. Let us head to the Hanged Man. A cutscene as we enter.
You owe us, Isabela.
Well, Lucky, I'll tell you what. Since the information you gave me was worth nothing, that's what I'll pay you.
Me and my boys will get our money's worth, bitch.
Oh, you poor sweet thing. Tell me, Lucky, is this worth dying for?
I just found my new Dragon Age wife.
I didn't think so.
It's done. Deal sealed.
So,
Korf?
I noticed some notes on the table the other day. Interesting work you got there.
I'm doing a little writing.
What's a speed griffin? Do they zip around Thedas, terrorizing Darkspawn with their lightning reflexes? Speed griffin. Good one.
They were having their own conversation and I wasn't getting served, so Varric's just like, I'll go around. I'll get you a drink. You can order from me. I'm like, okay, Varric. He's like, order from me instead. Korf, I'd like to buy that woman a drink, please.
My. And here I thought the only men in this place were besotted fools who couldn't hoist the mainsail.
When you talk about hoisting the mainsail, what do you really mean?
What else could it mean? It requires strength, knowledge of rigging, and a small measure of sobriety.
I know my way around rigging just fine. And I'm good with my hands.
Oh my. I'm Isabela. Previously Captain Isabela. Sadly, without my ship, the title rings a bit hollow. You're Ferelden, aren't you? You have that look about you. I was in Denerim not too long ago. You know, you might be just what I'm looking for to solve a little problem I have.
Oh shit, is this the same Isabela from Dragon Age Origins, but with a fresh coat of paint? She looks very different. Same Isabela? It's gotta be. There's no way they would throw that out for no reason, because we encountered a devilishly charming Isabela in Dragon Age Origins, didn't we? Damn, she got upgraded. Okay.
Can't anyone fix their own lives around here?
Must be something in the water. Someone from my past has been pestering me. I've arranged for a duel. If I win, he leaves me alone. But I don't trust him to play fair. I need someone to watch my back.
Damn, alright. Yes, ma'am.
Who's this person you've arranged to meet?
His name is Hader. We worked together back in Antiva. He's never liked me. He's been asking about me all around Kirkwall. Thought I'd get it over with and meet him face to face.
You wanted information from Lucky. What was it?
I asked Lucky and his boys to track down something I lost. They failed to do it. It's nothing to worry about, and this is much more important.
Why a duel?
I like duels. It's what I do. And if I win, he'll be dead. Problem solved.
Duelist specialization.
What makes you think I'm right for this?
You saw me talking to Lucky, didn't you? Those boys couldn't manage simple information gathering. I can't trust the riffraff in this place to do anything right. But you're different.
Yes, I am. You've got the magical floating daggers on your back, though, so you've got some tricks up your sleeve, too. I'll do it.
I think I could manage watching your back.
I'll bet. I've arranged to meet Hader in Hightown after dark. I'll meet you there.
That is a great flirtatious energy while getting down to business, but also throwing those subtle quips with wordplay. I like it. Now let's do what we came here for.
So, I've been dying to know, what was going through your head when you fought that ogre?
For the first few seconds, what do they feed those things?
I don't know anyone else that's even seen one. You're lucky just to be standing here. Somehow, Hawk, I imagine things won't be dull with you around. Not that I expect the deep roads to be boring, mind you. Constant threat of doom does tend to keep you awake.
Okay.
Anything in particular I should know about your brother?
To understand Bartrand, you've got to understand the Dwarven Merchants Guild. These are dwarves who would sell their mothers if they thought it'd get them a better share of the lyrium market. Anyone who deals with them has to sleep with a knife under their pillow. In my family, that's Bartrand.
What are your plans for this trip into the deep roads?
Bartrand's running the show. Andraste's ass, he'd probably do that even if we weren't paying for everything. The tide we're looking for is supposed to be a week's travel from the surface, so I hope you aren't scared of the dark. We've got supplies, muscle, excavators. The plan is to carry out everything that's not nailed down.
If we'll be working together, I should find out more about you.
True enough. I suppose you ought to know my credentials. My family came from Orzammar, noble house Tethras, until my father got caught fixing provings. He and our whole house got exiled. No huge loss. I was born up here. Sunshine suits me just fine.
Are you a merchant? A mercenary?
I'm a younger son. It's a difficult and dangerous profession. A lot of us die of boredom. Fortunately, being Bartrand's younger brother keeps me on my toes. Maker knows he lacks subtlety. I'm the one who pulls strings to keep the coterie out of our hair. Keep us just a whisker ahead of the other families.
Okay.
A lot of things can keep you awake, you know. I wouldn't reach for the doom first.
Sure, I could have a cup of tea in the morning, but I hear it's bad for you. I've spent my whole life in Kirkwall. Dangerous enough most days, but it doesn't compare to the deep roads. So, this will be, let's just call it an adventure, I guess.
Okay.
Great. Now we're adventurers.
Okay, love it. Bit of a chat. Fenris, what are you doing? What I think I'm getting in terms of this game, which is very interesting in comparison to Dragon Age Origins, is, let's think about things, right? Dragon Age Origins is an epic. Like, from in every sense of the word, like, it's an epic tale of fantasy. It's got it all, really. It's like this massive sort of Lord of the Rings-esque thing that I was going through when we were playing that game, and I was just like, this is great. We're like this fellowship, even though there's like the weird Grey Warden angle with like the like cultish elements of like getting inducted and drinking Darkspawn blood, and there's all this cool thing, and like there's this great big quest that you have to do. There is a definitive goal where it's, we must defeat the Archdemon and end the Blight, right? And drive the Darkspawn back down into the deep roads. And there's this whole great sweeping character-driven adventure that takes you through that epic tale. And then by comparison, in Dragon Age 2, it's very different in that this is more of a, like, Dragon Age Origins has that really good character interaction. It's very character focused, as well as there being major plot elements happening around you. But this is very just character driven. It's like, it's much more intimate and closed off. I feel like, instead of, like, with this being called Dragon Age 2, like specifically 2, like the big sequel name, this almost feels like a side story in a sense. It feels like like a little, not an expansion to the original, but it just feels like a little like side story or spin-off thing, or like something that it's like its own thing. It has like allusions to the events of the previous game and like what's going on in the world, but it's there isn't like a big thing for the characters to do that is like very significant, and there doesn't have to be. That's not a criticism. It's just very interesting to compare them and to see how the first game is compared to the second game, where it's this, we're just some characters, we're assembling a little group, we're going on a deep roads expedition. Obviously, we might not have gotten to a point where we have like a big end goal or like main quest thing in mind that might reveal itself later, but in Dragon Age Origins, things made itself very, very clear very early on of like what you were getting into. And this is more of like a like an intimate character adventure, I think. That's sort of the vibes that I'm getting here, that it's not necessarily about the destination, but it's the journey. Whereas Dragon Age Origins is both, I think. Like, it's definitely about the journey, but there is a big old destination at the end. At the moment, we're just like, yeah, we're just getting money for a Deep Roads expedition, and we're just making some friends, making some enemies, and living our life separate from the main conflict. Like, I'm not a Grey Warden. I'm not drawn into some sort of chosen one destined conflict, which I like. I like it when the main protagonist isn't fucking Harry Potter. So it's good when we're like in a situation where we can just fucking, it's more like a slice of life Dragon Age game. That's my long-winded way of saying slice of life Dragon Age game. But I wanted to like, just to, I guess, talk about it or address that. That's the feeling that I'm getting. Things might change the further we get into the game, but if they don't, I guess I wouldn't be surprised, because it seems like this is the thing. Can we get someone to mop up the fucking floor here? It's been bloody all week. It's been bloody all year, actually. Every time I come in here, blood on the floor, same spot. Can we get this cleaned up? Someone's gonna slip and then cause more blood on the floor. God damn it. Kirkwall is a mess. Where are we going now? We've talking to... Oh, let's do the Aveline thing, because we had a chat with Varric. So we've got to go to the Sundermount ambush site. And this will be our first time taking Aveline with us. She's already locked in. We'll take a mage and Varric. Yes. Nice. Let's take a look at Aveline, because we'll need to actually really level her up quite a bit. She's a level 7 warrior with 12 points. Because we have not used you at all. Okay. Now, let's see. What abilities do you have? You've got Guardian, Warmonger, which has Taunt, and Bravery. I'm going to do that, so we can at least have that be more effective. Weapon and Shield. Perception. Constant awareness of the battlefield. So long as there's a shield equipped, enemies receive no bonus for attacking from behind. Immune to flanking. Very good. Warrior clears a forward arc, throwing enemies back. Spins into a vicious assault that inflicts significant damage and often throws enemies back. Shield bash can be used more frequently, and enemies slammed by the shield are staggered. Yes. Cool. And then Defender, Vanguard. Every swing counts. That's a sustained one. We got any passive abilities, maybe? Got a lot of sustained modes. What's this one? Immovable. While this mode is active, Aveline sacrifices movement and attack speed for resilience to incoming blows. Every hit she suffers increases her hardiness even further, but also slows her more and more. So she could be like a taunting, immovable guardian. Just be like, everyone come over here and smack me because I like it. I'm going to do Scatter, though. Tactics. So, Taunt. Got 2 taunts in there. Can we maybe change that? Tank, Defender. And just leave it at that for now. Okay, Aveline. Let's go to this ambush site.
Might be some stragglers before the main group. Nothing we can't handle.
Okay. Getting some more fresh air out of Kirkwall. I see some stragglers. So I think, yeah, I've got haste right now. Cool. Haste does not last forever. If only we could just have, like, more movement speed just in general, though.
Come on!
Nicely done.
God damn it. I've been trapped, I have. Okay, turns out this is actually probably the way to go when I thought it was going to be that way. The age-old video game problem of which way is the right way to go so I can go the opposite way. Seems like there might be just 2 paths that go to the one destination. More experience points for me. you do so much searching just for kind of like random junk, right? And then the junk, you can't even see, actually, yeah, you can't even see how much the junk is worth until you get to someone, and then it's like, that will be 0. I'll give you 0 for that. And then you go, huh? You heard me? I'll give you 0. I'll take it off your hands, is what I'm saying. It's worth squat, mate. Elf fruit was first used by the elves of okay, so like I said, I was saying it Arlathan, and I've been saying it Arlathan this whole time, but I think it's Arlathan is how I just heard it pronounced last episode. Arlathan, hence the name. The root gave their medicines particular efficacy, so when the Imperium conquered the elves, the Magisters adopted its use and its popularity spread to all corners of the Empire. Elf fruit is a hardy plant with large green leaves that grows wild in many places. It's so common that it tends to show up in most gardens and fields, almost like a weed. Unlike a weed, however, most people appreciate having access to the wonderful little plant. The roots can be used with very little preparation. Rubbing some of the juice on a wound, for example, will speed up healing and numb pain, and chewing on a slice of root treats minor ailments like indigestion, flatulence, and hoarse throats. There are several varieties, but the most useful for herbalists are the bitter, gossamer, and the royal elf fruits. Okay, that cuts us around. Also, just very quickly, we're going to do a codex read of a couple of things, because we do have some new creatures that I realized that we haven't read. And also, so, some other things is, we didn't read History of Kirkwall Chapter 3 because I remember we picked it up and we were like, oh, should we read it or save it? And I didn't read it. I put it away. And we read Chapter 2. And we've read Chapter 4 as well, I'm pretty sure. Because it was talking about, Three Queens era. So I haven't read Chapter 3. And I think I also haven't read Slavery in the Tevinter Imperium. I think there's just a couple that we've missed. So we're going to read those now, just to have it done and dusted and out of the way. So, Slavery in the Tevinter Imperium. Slavery still thrives in Thedas, even if the trade has been outlawed. Who hasn't heard the tales of poverty-stricken elves lured into ships by the prospect of well-paying jobs in Antiva, only to find themselves clapped in leg irons once at sea, and humans fall prey to this too. If they're lucky, they end up in Orlais, which only has servants. Most nobles treat them decently because they are afraid of admitting the truth. Orlesians go to great lengths to maintain the fiction that slavery is illegal. Of course, the greatest consumer of slave labor is the Tevinter Imperium, which would surely crumble if not for the endless supply of slaves from all over the continent. There they are meat, chattel, they are beaten, used as fodder in the endless war against the Qunari, and even serve as components in dark magic rituals, which is very grim. All right, History of Kirkwall Chapter 3, the Lost Chapter. Let's read it. The Qunari first thundered into Kirkwall in the 56th year of the Storm Age during the last of the New Exalted Marches. The collected nations of Thedas were attempting to drive the Qunari from the northern mainland once and for all. Qunari armies were on the retreat, but in a desperate gamble, their fleet circled around the Amaranthine coast and landed a great force near the Marcher city of Ostwick. Their plan was to overwhelm the Marcher cities of Starkhaven and Kirkwall, Starkhaven to block the roads leading north, and Kirkwall to block ships on the Waking Sea coming from Orlais, all in an effort to deny supplies to the Thedas armies assaulting Ravane. The attack on Starkhaven eventually failed, but Kirkwall was attacked in a daring night raid where the Qunari used their leashed Sarabas mages in an unprecedented display of sorcery. The walls were torn down and the city was taken, and for the next 4 years, Kirkwall endured the most brutal occupation in its history. Writings from that time are scarce. It was not until after the city was freed that the Qunari's deeds came to light. Children taken from families, forced conversion to the Qunari religion, and brutal labor camps. It's ironic that the old slave quarters of Lowtown, still intact after centuries, provided the perfect means for the Qunari to control the city's people. When the famous Orlesian chevalier Sir Michel Lafayette rode into the city after finally defeating the Qunari defenders, he wrote, "Kirkwall is full of people with empty eyes that have had all independent thought driven from them." When Lafayette was appointed the city's first Viscount by the Emperor in the 60th year of the Storm Age, he made it his mission to undo the religious conditioning. the Lefale bloodline remained popular enough that when the city finally rebelled against Orlesian rule in the 5th year of the Blessed Age, Viscount remained the enduring title for Kirkwall's rulers despite its origins. Nice. There you go. We've read it, guys. Got it out of the way. And there are some more creatures that we've come across that we have not read for yet. We arrived in the dead of night. We had been tracking the Maleficar for days and finally had him cornered. Or so we thought. As we approached, a home on the edge of the town exploded, sending splinters of wood and fist-sized chunks of rock into our ranks. We had but moments to regroup before fire rained from the sky, the sounds of destruction wrapped in a hideous laughter from the center of the village. There, perched atop the spire of the village chantry, stood the mage, but he was human no longer. We shouted prayers to the Maker and deflected what magic we could, but as we fought, the creature fought harder. I saw my comrades fall, burned by the flaming sky or crushed by debris. The monstrous creature, looking as if a demon were wearing a man like a twisted suit of skin, spotted me and grinned. We had forced it to this, I realized. The mage had made this pact, given himself over to the demon to survive our assault. Transcribed by a tale told by a former Templar in Cumberland in the 84th year of the Blessed Age. It is known that mages are able to walk the Fade while completely aware of their surroundings, unlike most others who may only enter the realm as dreamers and leave it scarcely aware of their experience. Demons are drawn to mages, though whether it is because of this awareness or simply by virtue of their magical power in our world is unknown. Regardless of the reason, a demon always attempts to possess a mage when it encounters one, by force or by making some kind of deal, depending on the strength of the mage. Should the demon get the upper hand, the result is an unholy union known as an abomination. Abominations have been responsible for some of the worst cataclysms in history, and the notion that some mage in a remote tower could turn into such a creature unbeknownst to any, was the driving force behind the creation of the Circle of Magi. Thankfully, abominations are rare. The Circle has methods for weeding out those who are too at risk for demonic possession, and scant few mages would give up their free will to submit to such a bond with a demon. But once an abomination is created, it will do its best to create more. Considering that entire squads of Templars have been known to fall at the hands of a single abomination, it is not surprising that the Chantry takes the business of the Circle of Magi very serious indeed. See, I just feel like with Kieran, just put him in a room, put him in solitary confinement for a little while, have him be watched like Death Note, and see what the hell's going on with him for a while. And then if he shows signs, or if he goes crazy, he's probably possessed. Not 10 years of service before he can get a promotion, you know? Let's read the Codex entry on corpses. To anyone who doubts the wickedness of blood magic, I say, with your own hands, strike down the corpses of your own brothers who have fallen in battle to a Maleficar, then we may discuss morality. The Walking Dead, they said the thing, are not, as the superstitious are wont to believe. The living come back for revenge. They are rather corpses possessed by demons. The shambling corpse, controlled by a demon of sloth, causes its enemies to become weak and fatigued. Corpses possessed by rage demons go berserk and simply wade into their opponents mindlessly. Devouring corpses are held by hunger demons and feed upon the living. The more powerful demons rarely deign to possess a dead host. And we've got the Desire Demon. We're very familiar with these. In all my studies, I must say that the most intriguing was my interview with the Desire Demon. That the creature was willing to speak to me was a sign that this was no mere monster, mindlessly driven by its nature, but rather a rational being as interested in me as I was in it. It took a form that I would call female, though I had no doubt that it could appear otherwise. I wondered if it appeared as it did because I wanted it to, or because I expected it to. She, and indeed I, could only think of her as such now, smiled warmly at me and laughed at a musical sound that seemed to thrill my old heart. I think I remember reading this exact thing. I remember reading this exact journal entry in Dragon Age Origins. I think that's probably why there's some descriptions that are actually like the same-ish as ones that were in the previous game. And I was reading that and going, you know what? I definitely remember this specific journal entry because I thought it was really cool. Sometimes you'll just get that moment where you're like, I am rereading this on purpose to refresh our memories, but then sometimes I'll read it and I'll go, I know that I've read this. Without a shadow of a doubt. For the Kirkwall Guard! Are there more of you, or is this it? There's got to be more of you. There's more. I bring in reinforcements of my own. Nice.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for your just reward.
Nice. So, you know when in Dragon Age Origins, when we go on the world map and you pick a location and then you end up in like an area, like there's a little clash that happens and you're in like, you know, you're in a fight with some people on the road or something like that. That's what these areas feel like because they're not very large. And then you go back to like a main location, but the main location for us is Kirkwall. I think this is, I guess we'll wait and see. Because this is the free marches. Maybe there'll be another icon that'll pop up here that'll be the deep roads, and then it'll go into another map or something like that. But with the way that it's structured and set up, seems like it's like this is the bulk of the where we're exploring. And then we kind of go out on some little excursions sometimes as well. We'll see if that changes or not. I assume it would change once we go out into the deep roads. So this is just sort of like the beginning segment of the game.
How much longer do I have to wait?
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd... There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up for lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
This is going swimmingly.
Well, what a charming fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could at least listen. Bandits are dead. That's all that should matter. It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
So let's find out whose toes you actually stepped on.
Then we should check the duty roster and see who was supposed to take that route. What have I stepped in this time? Threaten my friends. Not letting that one go, Captain.
Are we about to expose some corruption?
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
So there was nothing unusual about it at all?
It had been clear for weeks. It didn't get unusual until after we heard about you and Aveline. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignments. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
You're sure you want to pursue this? This is your superior we're talking about.
If a guard has been put at risk, a good captain would want to know why. And if he's not a good captain, I want to know why.
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
Okay. Let's go help out some guards like a good non-guard person would do. Okay, time to ensure this night patrol goes smoothly.
We can't waste time, Hawk. Guardsman Donnick is here somewhere.
I know. That's where I'm headed. I'm on it.
We must be getting close to the ambush. I'm not leaving another guard to this man.
Oh, he's just chilling. Get away! Oh, yep, I was waiting for that. I was like, when is there going to be more? Because I knew that there would be. Aveline. Oh god, Aveline, we should give you some stuff. We've got so many things. Here. Have some things that we've picked up. Have some random rings. Yeah, have an amulet. Just take it. Take it all. This shield would be good for you. More armor, more health. Has a rune slot. Bam. Take it. Weapon. Is there a better weapon for you? Because you kind of got a shit weapon at the moment. Let's give you an axe. Just because I can't give you anything else right now. Lovely.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Aveline? You're a beautiful sight.
Guardsman.
I mean, I was on patrol and they came out of nowhere. I took a few down, but there were too many at once. The captain said this route was supposed to be quiet.
The seal of the Viscount. Office details. City accounts.
Valuable to a guild of thieves.
A sacrificial delivery with one of our own. Captain Jevon will answer.
Selling out his own. Forget guard captain. This man needs to be in government.
Not now, Hawk. Jevon needs to see how justice works. This goes to the office of the Viscount. This will be known.
I have spoken.
He likes his thieves so much. Let's see if they welcome him in prison.
Guardsman Donnick got that near-death riz. It's like, you're a beautiful sight, Aveline, covered in the blood of your enemies. Let's get out of here. Let's expose this corrupt guard captain. At night? Fools rush in. No. Viscount's keep. Oh, it should be. Let us change the time of day at will.
How much longer do I have to wait?
How dare you! I am guard captain! I won't be treated like this! Ferelden, bitch! This was none of your affair! I'll see you hanged! Quartered! This will not stand!
We found a number of debts to suspect peoples. Such poor character. But you, Aveline Valen, have proven your loyalty and ability.
The guard deserves better than him, Messire.
Indeed. The Viscount would have you put your care for the men into direct practice. You will assume the captain's job.
What?
In due time, of course. There will be training, approvals, months at least. But who better to rebuild respect than the woman who exposed this embarrassment? Resolve any outstanding business, guardswoman. You will be very busy.
You do not have a choice. Enjoy your promotion. How do you feel about that?
Always where you need.
Okay.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be.
Oh. There we go.
Always where you need.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Varric, no.
There we go.
Well, you're the captain. Or you will be. It'll be easy.
I'm not petitioning the Viscount to help you steal ownership of the Hanged Man.
Steal? Madam, you wound me.
I'm about to.
Get out.
Big changes are coming, huh? Captain of the Guard. Thank you, Wesley.
That you keep his memory speaks well of him.
He's not with me. I know that. Wesley's at the Maker's side, or he's not. Either way, he knows no pain.
He seemed a good man. For a Templar. I'm sure he's found peace.
What I keep is that moment. I won't let anyone down like that again.
Wesley's at the Maker's side, or he's not? What do you mean by that?
Wesley believed, and if he was correct, then that's where he is. But this business of the less the Maker does, the more he's proven, I don't find it compelling.
But you married a Templar.
I married a man. A good one. And he's gone. I have heard the chant. It is lovely. Perhaps that's all it needs to be.
You clearly miss Wesley, but that's not the issue.
Of course I miss him, but he's not coming back. Pining like a child serves no one. So I remember him, but I let him rest.
You're not so kind to yourself, though.
No.
No.
I don't see how you can take the blame for the Darkspawn Horde.
I put him to the sword myself, Hawk.
Well, there is that.
I know in my head that it was right. So did Wesley. But in my heart, that cut was cruel.
I can't imagine the Captain of the Guard will like wandering in my shadow.
It's not like this job means we're on opposite sides. The good you do, it seems rather appropriate. Besides, I'll be making the patrol schedule, and I don't intend to lead from a desk.
Ooh.
I look forward to working with you, Guard Captain Aveline.
Still strange, isn't it? Captain of the Guard. Thank you for helping me get here, Hawk. It's where I should be.
We're not planning to flirt with the widow. Aveline friendship. Nice. So we're going for more of a rivalry with Fenris, but friendship with everybody else so far.
The guard will throw you out if you kick that wall one more time.
Do you mean Kirk that wall?
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Good
day, sir.
Yeah, I was waiting for that chat with Aveline because I was like, surely we can chat to her. There's like the thing over her head, so it like glitched a little bit. Okay, let's go to Hightown at night for Fools Rush In. I don't even know what this is. So I am the fool rushing into this quest. Actually, oh, I should have changed at Gather Your Party. That's alright. At our next opportunity, I will take out Aveline and put Fenris back in. Oh yeah, Isabela. Okay, this is the Isabela quest. I do want to. I want to change my party. I do want Fenris in here. I'll be back. chest. Oh, can you open this one this time? How's your cunning?
Piece of cake.
Nice. You can do it now. Okay. Oh, I can't leave the way that I came. Okay. And I can't change my party until I'm at a gather your party thing. God damn it. I guess I can leave out this side if this doesn't trigger an encounter. So I think you can change your party when you head out, but when you head out, you're like locked into where you want to go. So if you go to somewhere like, if I go to like the Hanged Man, I guess I can do that. I like that we can go to the Hanged Man from the map. Alright. Again. Would be cool if I could just change my party.
Someone's always trying to claim the streets. If you make them safe to travel at night, someone will reward you.
Or you could just change your party before you enter an area. Isabela.
There you are. I've been here for hours. Hader hasn't shown up. No one has. I don't like this.
I don't like this. That's right up there with what could possibly go wrong.
That's the wench we're looking for. Gut her.
Oh, for a second there, I was like, what the fuck? Isn't that girl that we just, like, spoke to with Aveline? But no, someone else. I was like, what the fuck? This is a raider instead.
Hader sent them. Search the bodies. I need to find out where he is.
Are we getting Isabela as a duelist rogue in our party? Sorry, bless me. Because I'm looking forward to it, if so.
Hiding in the chantry and sending thugs to finish me off? Coward. He'll not get away with this. Come on.
The chantry. Nope. Sweet. Okay. In we go. The chantry at night.
Isabela, should have known you'd find me here.
Tell your men to burn the letters next time.
Castillon was heartbroken when he heard about the shipwreck. You should have let him know you survived.
It must have slipped my mind.
Where's the relic?
I lost it. Castillon's just going to have to do without.
Lost it? Just like you lost a ship full of valuable cargo?
They weren't cargo, Hader. They were people.
Those slaves were worth 100 sovereigns a head, and you let them scurry off into the wilds. And now the relic's gone too. Castillon won't be happy to hear that. I promise you.
Will someone explain what's going on?
Isabella's been a very bad girl. Ruined a perfect business deal, and then ran away. She didn't tell you?
I told him enough. I said I arranged for a duel, which I did. I also said you wouldn't play fair, which you didn't. We can talk later if you want. Right now, we have other problems.
You don't have to tell Castillon about Isabela.
If I cross him, he'll have me killed. And my life is worth more than hers.
There's only one way to settle this.
Okay, bro. Damn. Insta-kill. A boomerang dagger returns right to you just in time for combat. Crazy. Cyclone slash. They just keep coming.
Stab first, ask questions later.
Trust me, it's better this way. Castillon won't hear about me from Hader, but he'll find me eventually. I just have to get him the relic. It's simple as that.
What's so interesting about the relic?
I don't really know what it is, except that it's ancient and worth my weight in gold. Castillon has me chasing it down as payback for freeing his slaves. To be honest, I think he just wants me dead, but that would be letting me off easy.
You hired Lucky to track down information on the relic.
That's right. He insisted he knew everything that was going on in Kirkwall. He lied. I bet he doesn't even know everything going on in his pants.
Did you end up in Kirkwall because your ship was destroyed?
There was a storm. The ship ran aground on the reefs near the city. I managed to make it to shore. Most of my men weren't as lucky. Poor sods. I knew some of those men almost 10 years. Ah, balls.
Balls.
Who is Castillon?
He's a powerful merchant based in Antiva. I believe he has ties to the Felicissima Armada. I used to work for him. The jobs mostly involved smuggling lyrium, jewels, or the occasional criminal acquaintance. He paid well.
What's this about you freeing slaves?
I was asked to escort Castillon's cargo ship. I got a bad feeling about the job partway through. Boarded the ship to find slaves. Nearly 200. Elves, humans, children even. It was sickening. They paid Castillon to take them away from the Blight. He took their money and sold them into slavery. Even I can see that's wrong.
If getting the relic gets Castillon off your back, then I'll help you retrieve it.
I still don't know where it is, but you'll be the first to know if I hear anything. Anyway, thanks for helping me out with Hader. I think I'll tag along for a while. There might be something I could do for you. And I have a room at the Hanged Man if you're looking for company later.
Woo! Let's go! Permanent party member unlocked. Bethany, leave me alone. Can't have my sister seeing my my dating life. You can go back home. You can go back home. I'm Isabela, previously Captain Isabela without my ship. Captain Isabela Sparrow Isabela is vague about her days as a sea captain, though it's obvious she was involved with piracy and smuggling. Shortly after the Blight ended, Isabela's ship was caught in a storm near the Wounded Coast. The vessel was destroyed, and Isabela feels lucky to have escaped with her life. Now she's stranded in the Free Marches, spending most of her time in the Hanged Man Tavern. Isabela also reveals that she was born in Ravane, but spent many years in Antiva. When asked about those years, she changes the subject. Interesting. I think as well, as I was looking through this before, I think we haven't read the City of Starkhaven as well. Don't think that we read this one. So I'm going to read it now. Starkhaven, the largest city in the Free Marches, sits on the bank of the Great Minanta River. I remember my visit to the city quite clearly. I was taken up the river by a barge, a cumbersome vessel that moved at a stately pace, and disembarked by the city's central square, an impressive space with marble fountains and surrounded by kingly estates. Starkhaven's wealth was truly a sight to behold. A path paved in granite led up to the grandest building I've ever seen. My guide indicated that this was the residence of Starkhaven's ruler, Prince Vale. We supped at the table of my guide's closest friend. I was presented with a variety of dishes from the region. One in particular stood out. Fish and egg pie, Starkhaven's most famous dish. 3 deboned fish, caught just that day, were cooked in a porcelain vessel with boiled eggs, dried fruit, spices, and thickened cream, all topped with a light crust. Superb. Sounds disgusting, and I wish I never read that codex entry. God damn. Fish and egg pie? Get me out of here. Disgusting. Looks like a nice collection of weapons there. They're all 0 stars, though. Trash. Short bow. The dagger. Okay. Isabela can have this one. Yes, you can. Heartbreaker, of course. What's the other one called? Backstabber and Heartbreaker. Girl after my own heart. Perfect. Sailor's rope belt. Let's give you a belt. Let's give you an amulet for some more attack. Lovely. Let's level her up too. Let's have a look and see what we can get here. No attributes, but we can do abilities. Swashbuckler. Savvy. Isabela's fighting instincts allow her to perceive enemy attacks before they happen, although she inflicts less damage. Okay. So we got another rogue. This rogue may end up replacing Varric. But we will see. We will see. So we've got dual weapon, duelist, backstab, perforate. Cools down more quickly. Unforgiving chain. Every basic melee attack the rogue executes in rapid succession increases the chance to score a critical hit. We'll grab that. We'll grab that. Explosive strike. Well, we'll just go for those for now. The scoundrel has the sabotage abilities as well. Specialist. So 3 different sustained modes. We'll do speed, I think. And then ambush, automatic critical hit, striking from stealth. Master of Concealment. If the rogue is obscured and stealth at the same time, the rogue is able to take a single action like making an attack or using an item while still maintaining stealth. Only the obscure effect is lost. Okay. Adept at the art of subtlety and distraction. Significantly less threat from all attacks and abilities. Less likely to turn on the rogue. Yes. Okay. Done. That's good. New party member. We'll see how many rogues I have in my party. I might end up replacing Fenris for a mage. And that mage is going to be Anders now. I told you, can't have Bethany. It'll be awkward. You know, I just can't be romantic with my sister around. I just need Isabela and me to have our alone time. You know what? Everyone else, leave the party. Get out of here. I'm going to the Hanged Man because I was invited. Curiosity killed the cat. To the Hanged Man. So would this be one of the other rooms that was previously not available? I guess we can just talk to her here. Aha. I gotta do what must be done, guys.
I think he's ignoring me now. Hey! Is my coin not good enough for you? Oh, Hawk. Thanks for helping me with that little problem I had. You going to buy me a drink to celebrate our victory?
You drink the swill here?
It's an acquired taste. Oh, before I forget, are you still looking for work? Because I have a friend who needs some help.
Is this a friend or a friend?
I never let him steer my ship, if that's what you're asking. From what I hear, he doesn't have good control of his rudder. His name's Martin. He has a room right here in the Hanged Man. Tell him I sent you. Now, you going to leave me to my drinking or what?
The ship wordplay, though. Okay, Isabela. You're leaving me hanging. I gotta do work for you first.
I think I need a bath. Do you think I need a bath?
I think we need a bath, you know? I'll get it running. Let's go.
With markings like that.
You've enjoyed many, I suspect.
Where I come from, they're called tattoos. Sailors get them all the time.
Not made of lyrium, I'd imagine.
Not a one. And the pictures are different. Usually breasts.
I suppose a pair of lyrium breasts tattooed onto my chest would make things better.
That's me. I'm a helper.
Fucking hell. Oh my god. Aha, so one of these doors that previously could not be accessed can now be accessed. Hey, Martin. What's up? Ooh.
Who are you?
My, you're jumpy. Look at you, cowering in a corner. What happened to the fearless, dashing raider I used to know?
I'm not a raider anymore, Isabela. I'm just an honest merchant now.
Please, Martin. You wouldn't know honest if I tied you up and spanked you with it.
Okay. Mate's got a throat slit scar.
You tie him up, I'll go find some honesty.
Very funny, Isabela. You said you could find me help. This is the best you could do, eh?
Looks like we're not needed here after all.
Let's not be hasty. I'll take what I can get. I need someone to help me find out where the raiders have hidden my stolen cargo. This job's as easy as a peg-legged tavern wench. And there's good coin in it to boot.
What did the raiders do to you?
They closed in on my ship and forced her into the cliffs. My crew and I barely made it out alive. They must have salvaged the cargo when it washed ashore.
Are the raiders a big problem around here?
They've got some big plan for Kirkwall, or so I've heard. If they're not a problem now, they will be soon.
It's your cargo. You look for it.
Those raiders are still looking for me. I'm not going to draw their attention.
You used to be a raider. What happened?
Yes, I was a raider. Back then it was just smuggling and petty thievery. It's changed since that madman Ianto took power around here. Extortion, murder, kidnapping. He does it all. It's just not to my taste. I tried to get out, but he didn't like that. This scar on my neck, he gave it to me. Slit my throat and threw me overboard. I tried to start a new life away from this bullshit. And he has his men chase me down and steal my cargo. Bastard.
This man gets his throat slit, thrown overboard, survives and goes, I'm gonna start a new life. Badass.
Why would the raiders want your cargo? Is it valuable?
How should I know why they want it? It's just spices and herbs. Nothing special.
I'll take care of it.
You'll need to look around the docks. The crates bear the seal of the Orlesian Port Authority, so you'll know it when you see it.
Just make sure you have my reward.
The coin will be here. I've had it with the raiders, and this cargo is the key to me getting on the straight and narrow. You're doing me a huge favor here, friend. Thank you, and be careful.
Alright. The Raiders of the Waking Sea. or simply the Raiders, is the common name given to an association of Antivan pirates called the... Oh god, Isabela said this before and I was like, I'm gonna not be able to pronounce that when it comes up. Felicissima Armada. These pirates were once little more than opportunists based off the coastal city of Lemerin that preyed on sea traffic. They were often targeted by Orlesian and Freemarcher cities that were bent on destroying the pirates once and for all. After each such effort, new pirates would appear to fill the vacuum. During the new Exalted Marches, the nations of Thedas needed every ship they could muster against the massive power of the Canary dreadnoughts. The Lemerin pirates were faced with a difficult decision. They had to band together under one flag and fight with those they had previously preyed upon or face conversion and annihilation by the Canary. Thus, the Armada was formed. The pirates brought their knowledge of stealth and trickery to bear, plaguing Canary supply lines and even launching seaborne invasions against the Canary coast. For a time, it was said the Armada was the premier naval power of Thedas, and after the signing of the Lemerin Accord, they maintained their association rather than disband as many had hoped. Wealthy merchants now often pay the leaders of the Armada rather than risking their ships commandeered and their merchandise stolen and sold on the black market. The Armada is hardly unified, and bloody battles between Armada leaders are frequent, but when faced with an attack by outsiders, the group instantly puts aside their differences and closes ranks. The Raiders have thus become far more of a threat in the last century than they ever were before. There is many a legend told about how dashing and romantic life aboard a Raider vessel is, but don't believe it. They are scoundrels and smugglers all. Okay. Just want to make sure that these ones that are marked new are ones that we actually read. Cool. Okay. Because apparently I keep missing codex entries. Silly old me with those notifications that slip by. Alright, we've got a quest for Isabela to do, and it's of the utmost importance, guys. For reasons. Who cares about the Deep Roads expedition? Alright, let's see, where are we going? To the docks. Finders, keepers. Some things just take priority in our already existing to-do list.
What's that magical fisting thing you do?
Sorry?
You know, when you stick your hand into people.
Oh, that... Yes, it's, talent.
You could make so much coin with that.
Magical fisting thing that you do. Alright, we're gonna have a mage to balance out our group here, because I've got 2 rogues, 2 warriors. So, Fenris, we're gonna slot Anders in and see what Anders can do. We gotta level up Anders as well. Actually have him around for a while. Let's do that. Alright, what you got? You've got heal, which is great. Do not have haste. Vengeance. Then you were doing cold stuff. You've got the primal abilities. Oh, yes. Chain lightning is in primal. Okay. Petrify and desiccate. Cool. Oh, you've already got mind blast and stunning blast as well. Okay, perfect. Barrier is cool. Oh, the crushing prison, perfectly. That's still in here. Spell magic transmutation. That is probably going to be very useful. I'm glad that we can get that quite easily if we need it. We're going to get that now, just in case we have Anders in our party if we go up against any tough mages, which is probably not going to happen in this event, but still, good thing to have. Alright, let's have a look at your... Leaves a little bit to be desired. I might just kind of take everything off of Bethany first and just put it on Anders while we don't really have Everything else. What have you got? An imported circle staff for 7 cold damage. Oh, if you don't even have... That's weird. If we take that staff off you, just get like a random pokey stick. Gotcha. It's probably... Oh, I've got much better stuff anyway. Let's see, what have you got? Freedom's Call. 9 spirit damage. Let's give you... Plus 12 cold damage. Or... yeah. Oh, that's that model. That's what that looks like. Okay. Demonic Amulet, more cold damage, which works because Anders has the cold spells. So that works for me. Mixing up the
Canary are spying on us.
Mix up the party a little bit. Have some new friends coming in.
I'd rather get planked than grounded.
Longshoreman.
I'm looking for some cargo.
You're in luck. Cargo all around. Take your pick.
A laborer with a smart mouth. You hardly ever see those.
What do you want?
I'm looking for crates sealed by the Orlesian Port Authority.
Haven't seen any. Sorry.
Talk to the harbour master. I'll bet he's got information about your cargo. He's in his office.
Hey, if you're done wagging your tongue, can we get those sacks off the docks?
Right, come in.
I think the Canary is spying.
Most paranoid man ever. He just walks around everywhere always saying, I think the Canary is spying on us.
Shipping manifest.
I'm looking for cargo bearing the seal of the Orlesian Port Authority.
Ugh. Adam, deal with this.
I apologize on Liam's behalf. He is a very, very busy man. I'm Adam, the Harbour Master's assistant. I understand you're looking for Elysian cargo. I have seen the crates. I can't remember where. Such a shame.
Bruh.
I can't imagine what you mean.
The clink of gold coin often jogs my memory.
They say your life flashes in front of your eyes before you die.
You're not going to kill me in broad daylight. No one's that stupid.
Damn, okay, buddy. I actually thought that might have worked. Maybe if we came here at night. What if you come here at night? Probably wouldn't even be here. Well, now I just look like a fool.
I'm not paying for this.
Then I am deeply sorry I could not be of more assistance. Good day.
Liam leaves his office at nightfall. We could sneak in after dark, take a look at his records.
Oh, well. And this is why you're my wife. Alright. See you later, Aiden, you punk ass. I can't believe you made me look like an idiot. I'm out of here. Fucking... I was trying to be threatening. But it's just not in my nature. We're coming back at night. Sake. I like that Isabela just like says it out loud too. Like, just poke around. You just have to fight all of the fucking dogs ever? The guard dogs. I summon my own dog. Dog on dog combat. My dog's here just to witness me massacring other dogs at that point because it was too late. Dockside redirect, Woodrow's warehouse. I like that they just leave like the documents just on a desk, just in the open, like no protection. This document is an order to redirect cargo to Woodrow's warehouse in the east. It is endorsed with Harbour Master Liam's barely legible signature, along with a note from his assistant Aden. Orlesian Port Authority seal here. Suggest we apply the special rate for this. There you go. Perfect. That'll teach him for making me look like a fool, for threatening him. Also, definitely no fear from that guy. Death was awaiting him, and he really fucking was like, you know what, I don't care. He's like, kill me, you bastard. You're not gonna do it. Peer pressure. Directions to the Redwater Teeth Base. Keep your eyes inland. We've got a new home here in the docks, but Leech don't want no one to spoil it until we're in too deep to dig out. You know how he deals with people who try to take what's his? Here's the route. Don't overuse it. I love that. And they're always just like, here's this note. Don't let anyone get this note. We'll go and take him out in the warehouse in a second, but we're already here, so... This guy's snoring, okay? Perfect. Sleeping on the job, eh? Time to loot random, shitty, empty stain bottles. Right. It's quiet. Too quiet. I smell an ambush. Would you look at that?
I'll deal with this! Let's finish this! Making the world a better place, one enemy at a time!
Read a Reaver. All of the empty stained bottles, I'll just be like, I've got a beautiful collection of the stuff.
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
Oh, except for torn trousers.
We're good to go.
Nice. Yep, that empty stained bottle in that chest was definitely worth protecting. Nice. Ah! God damn it. These really don't get, like, shown at all by my roguish friends. If only Mapo Dwarf was here, he'd say, "Look there, a cunning trap." Mariner's longbow. Sample of Martin's cargo.
I wouldn't breathe that in if I were you. Looks like Martin's trading in death.
Death. Alright. We got what we came for.
These thugs are plaguing the streets. I don't see a problem in giving them the fight they want.
Still, I probably won't get used to Anders' new voice. It just sounds like a completely different character. And I guess you could just chalk it up in like the canon story that maybe him merging with Justice gave him some brand new vocal cords, changed his voice a bit with a different attitude. That's the only way I can really like see that being a thing. You know what I mean? Let's cleanse this warehouse. Hello? Anyone in here? Ooh, it's Leech a mage, it looks like. I'm gonna fuck you up, you're a blood mage! Get out of here! Stunned! Don't let him get an attack off. Leech is leeching. Get him.
That was beautiful.
Oh, the arrow to the head. I saw that. Literal same interior environment as the place that we just were. Like almost shot for shot. Oh. Hello, anyone else here?
Breathhawk, you do get results, don't you?
Oh, there's more arriving. Anders with that cold damage, though. Nice. Peer pressure completed. They won't be pressuring any more peers while I'm around. Alright, where are we heading back to now? We are going to Hanged Man.
Ravani, stop looking at my chest. My eyes are up here.
But the...
Do you know how much I suffer under your gaze? I am a person, not an object.
Varric?
Just shitting you.
I love the flipped script between both of them for that dialogue. God, that's fucking hilarious. Varric's just exposed hairy chest all the time. It's just as much as cleavage. There's both the same thing. There are plenty of women out there who love the exposed hairy chest. And he's a person, not an object, guys. Respect it.
Guess what I found? Crates filled with enough poison to assassinate every noble in Orlais, and then some.
I knew I should have told you not to look in the crates. Look, there's nothing shady going on here. I got the stuff from a legitimate supplier, and I'm going to sell it through legitimate channels. It's all legitimate.
It's poison. It kills people.
I just sell it. I'm not responsible for what people do with it. So, where is it?
So legitimate. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this one. Woodrow's warehouse. We can tell him, or we can not tell him. Look, I've done worse things. I mean, we've come this far, haven't we? Should we turn a blind eye to the selling of poisons?
Do you know where Alton Woodrow's warehouse is?
Merchant Woodrow's place. I know it. Thanks for this, friend. You've more than earned your reward. I'm gonna get my goods. You come back once I'm set up, I'll give you a discount.
There are people literally making poisons in the streets, like, all the time. Also, I needed Isabela's friendship for reasons. You know how it be. You know how it be.
Have you ever been out in the open ocean in a storm? It's the best feeling in the world.
Alright, perfect. And that is done. And with that one, we will be bringing this episode of Dragon Age 2 to a close. It's been great. We've got another new companion. The party grows. How many people have we got now? Who we got in here? Let's have a look. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 people. Nice. Look at this diversified group of characters. It looks like we've got a couple of empty spaces that are still sitting here, so there still might be more to assemble this little fellowship. But I'm liking it, and we'll have to see who I end up, having more often than not in our little group here. But I'm enjoying it. I think Varric's great. Fenris is awesome. Isabella's an instant classic. And I do like the brother and sister dynamic with Bethany as well. It's pretty good. Every character is good here. There isn't a character in this party that I'm like, And Dragon Age Origins, I would have people join my party, and I'd be like, for a while. I'd be like, I don't care about you. And then I would come around to them much later. But I think the character dynamics and how they all interact with each other, it's great. Instantly great. So I'm really enjoying it. But we'll keep this party assembly for now and see how we go next time. So thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.